Hi, my name is Josephine.
And I'm Nina.
And we've been in the we're in IB Film 2, which means we've been in the film program for 4 years now.
And we're here to tell you how to critique and analyze a TV show. Hopefully. We're not credible in this. We're just helping, hopefully.
So many people say that right now we're in the golden age of television because of live streaming and also television that is deemed as quality television because of its beauty and rather than sitcoms, we're watching Mad Men or Breaking Bad.
Game of Thrones, Walking Dead. Basically, Netflix and HBO has granted us gifts to the world.
John Oliver.
John Oliver.
And we're here to talk about how to
help you how to see what aspects of a TV show you should look at when not only criticizing it but analyzing it for its value. First, I think it should be, if the combination of the plotline and the visuals work together really well, because you have different TV shows that work differently. Sitcoms have their own set of rules. More dramatic shows have its own set of rules. So you have to take into context how the plotline affects the visuals, if that fits together. Because every TV show has its own way of doing things. So there isn't a rule book for every single TV show. For example, Walking Dead is going to show you a dead face every 10 minutes or so. While if you're watching shows like How I Met Your Mother, you don't really want that. You want more of the classic 4-stage sitcom setup, which is okay. It doesn't mean its production value or meaning is any less. It means it fits into the context.
Yeah, definitely.
Should we talk about acting? Is that a good thing? I feel acting is a good thing, but I don't, especially as a film, it's only a small part of the whole. So it is important when the leads are really strong, but film and TV is much more than just whether their lead actress is pretty or not or deliver that one line correctly. So it should be noted whether the actors fit, whether the casting has been really well, and whether they're really strong in their roles, but it shouldn't be all that you're writing about.
Yes. Also, editing. It's one of the most crucial parts of filmmaking and television. And it's also
it's really important.
Yeah. So how a film or a television show juxtaposes images to create meaning. So, for example, can't think of an example.
You have a show like Game of Thrones, which is beautiful visually, and you have scenes where it's beautiful mountains, and the next scene somebody's getting decapitated. No spoilers.
Or if you've ever seen Mad Men, there's a shot this man, he's cheating on his wife, and there's a shot of his mistress in a seat, and also the photograph of his wife also in the shot. So that has meaning because it shows what he's doing wrong, and that's shown visually rather than explicitly being told. Instead of him saying I'm cheating on my wife, you see it because you see his wife is different because of the photo. So pay attention to the visual details rather than what they're saying.
Show not tell is a thing that we've heard probably once every week for good reason, because while the beginning of a film and a TV show is often the script, the final product is a visual product. So you have to really pay attention to visuals. But at the same time, I feel it shouldn't overtake it. Mm-hmm. It's a marriage. It should be a good marriage. They should be balanced and work together for the final product too.
You want to talk about lighting?
Good. Lighting's
okay.
Very good. Lighting's
good. So, like Nina said, every television show has different requirements. For a sitcom, lighting is usually bright and cheery and basic, just because that's what the show's about. But if you're watching a drama, it's important to notice where the shadows are, where light isn't.
You have shows like X-Files, which are classically joked about having absolutely no lighting because it's all very much dark. And of course, that can be a criticism too. You can always criticize the lighting for being too bright, too dark. But you should also understand the meaning, because a scene can be dark and you can see, oh, that's really dark. I know why it's dark. But then if you try to pay attention to the meaning, is there something dark happening, or is the next scene very light? Because often lighting is used just like everything else in film, as a context, as a helping tool.
And audio. Because television is not only visual but also very audio oriented. Music choices are essential to creating mood,
Atmosphere.
and emphasizing important moments. So especially take note of when there is silence, because sometimes the moments without sound are the most important moments of a movie or a television show.
Okay, so we're going to talk about scripts for a little bit too, because while visual is an important part, you know, it always has to be based in writing. And scripts on a TV show work a little differently than a movie, because a script on a movie, not only is it shorter because the material is also shorter, it's tend to be written by tops 2 or 3 people. I mean, usually. And an ongoing TV show is a lot of times written by a writer's room who focus on keeping the characters moving, you know. So when a script, it's important to know if whether you're critiquing the whole entire show or whether an episode, it's different. You have to look at it differently, because because a TV show is like an ongoing piece of work. It's not something that is going to remain the same from the beginning to the end.
And also look for character development, sort of, and character change. How has the character changed throughout? What has the character learned through the episode? There's usually some sort of like...
Yeah, and whether it's organic, and whether it feels like that would naturally happen, or it feels like the screenwriter decided that's what the character would do, you know. Because you have really nice growth in TV shows where you can really see the growth, and then you have other shows where the person just does something that they would do like the opposite way one day, and it's called growth. So that's but you always notice, you know, we as the viewers of TV shows usually notice. That's why there are so many angry fangirls on the internet. They notice when things go wrong.
And also pay attention to plot, like the story of the general TV show. Is there a plot? Is there a story? Is there a situation? Is there a reason why you care that something is happening?
So, I mean, my biggest advice is look at what doesn't feel right, what falls out of the balance, you know,
Or what feels like, what really gives you emotion. So moments that you feel most, ask yourself why. Why am I feeling these emotions at these times? You know, if you hate an actor, why? Like, is it because of the actor, or is it because of the character that he's playing, or how they're portraying him?
And Google is your friend. We use a lot of terms that even I forget sometimes. So you can always Google, like, what is this blue lighting? What is this orange lighting? It's always, the internet is your friend.